So couchsurfing is one of my favorite things to do while traveling. It's awesome because you get to meet awesome people and get to stay with them for free. So I'm going to tell you exactly how you can couchsurf. So I'm Jen and I've traveled quite a bit, and I would say about 90% of that time traveling I have couchsurfed. It is my preferred method of accommodation, not just because it's free. It shouldn't be about being free. It's actually because I've met the most amazing people couchsurfing, and you get to kind of live like a local, so you get to experience all the things that you wouldn't normally experience just being a usual backpacker or tourist. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it and how you can actually do it. Basically, Couchsurfing is this app where you can connect with people around the world and either stay at their house or host people at your house. Personally, I've only done a lot of surfing, but recently I actually did my first host, and yeah, it kind of prompted me to make a video about it because not many people actually know what couchsurfing is, and it'd be awesome if more people actually did it, because couchsurfing has actually showed me how amazing people can actually be. Not everyone, but most people in the world are actually super nice, and yeah, couchsurfing has given me hope for this world. And couchsurfing can be done all around the world. I haven't found a place where I haven't been able to couchsurf. Well, Iceland was tricky, but you're probably thinking, why would people do this? Especially the hosts. Why would you host a complete stranger in your own home? Like, they could steal your shit, or you could get attacked or something. Those are the questions that people usually ask me when I say that I'm a couchsurfer. Like, why would they host me? Well, in the beginning I didn't actually understand myself, but as I've gone on, it's kind of showed that a lot of people who host either want to travel themselves, so they're kind of gaining connections around the world, or they just don't have the time to travel. So they're busy with their lives, but they still want to connect with new people around the world and maybe help them out. And people are just genuinely just really nice, so they might just have a spare room and think, I'm just gonna let someone stay here for a bit. Most people's main concern is it safe? And I'm like literally not getting paid to say this. I actually love couchsurfing, and I do believe it's safe. Like, it's as safe as any other kind of accommodation method. You could have the same doubts with going to a hostel or a hotel. You just do the same thing to kind of reassure yourself that it's going to be okay. Safety was never really my concern. You just do a few things to make sure that you're being safe the whole time. For instance, you can make it safe by checking the reviews of the people that you're requesting. So you don't just request random people. You look at their profile and they should have reviews, and their reviews will say, oh yeah, that's so awesome, or yeah, I'd stay with them again, they're cool. But if they have a negative review, then maybe you might not request to stay with them. Another good thing to check is a description. It should be pretty detailed. If not, that's kind of a red flag. Like, you kind of want to know where you're staying. So I always check the description and see if they kind of vibe with me. If they're not really vibing, or if they say that they're a nudist colony, then I'll probably say no. And a pro tip, you definitely need to check also the sleeping situation. So basically there's a page for description, there's a page for reviews, and then there's also a page for about the home kind of thing. What you really want to check is where you're going to be sleeping. Some of the times it will say that you'll be sharing a bed with your host. I didn't actually request any of the people that said that would be sharing a bed, because I didn't really feel comfortable with that, and also most of the time I was traveling with a friend, so it made sense that we did not all share one bed. We did, however, accidentally stay at a place where we were all sharing a bed because the guy actually didn't say that was happening, which was kind of shit, but he was really nice. It wasn't actually creepy, but yeah, I try to avoid where you have to share the bed. Normally it also helps encourage my requests if I see the sleeping situation and they say that you're getting your own room or your own bathroom or something like that. So it's always good to check everything in the profile, and you can really make sure that it's going to be safe, because if it's not safe, then like why are you going there? Like, it's free, but like, is it worth it? If you're checking all these things, it kind of helps see if you're gonna maybe be friends with this person, because their description might be like, I love Harry Potter, and I'll be like, oh my god, me too. So you kind of become instant friends already. So how do you actually make a request? Well, first step is you really want to make sure your profile is pretty much all filled out. If you have a profile that really doesn't have much information about yourself, then why would someone say yes to hosting you? Unless maybe you're pretty or something, I don't know. That's not what it's about. Yeah, so keep your profile pretty detailed, let them know about your trip and stuff, and what you plan on doing, your kind of travel, what you like, what you don't like. In my profile, I actually have a little section, just a little section about the fact that I'm vegan, because I don't want them to accidentally cook me lots of food and I can't eat it and it's awkward and I'm like, hey, sorry, I don't eat that. Yeah. If you're not really being true to yourself on your profile, then they're gonna notice that when you stay with them. Once you have completed everything on your profile, then you can start the requesting process, where you type in where you're going and you go through people's profiles and check all that safety information and do a message to them. Now, with the message with them, you really want to make sure that it is personalized. You don't want to have a copy-paste message being like, hey, hi, I'm coming, can I stay with you? Basically, that ain't gonna cut it most of the time. You gotta make it personal. So you gotta read their profile and say, hey, I saw that you have a cute little cat. I would love to meet it. Or it'd be cool if we could hang and maybe watch some Harry Potter. Or I'm vegan too. Oh my god, we're gonna have such a great time. I'd love to meet you. So you kind of make it more personal. And then you can click send, and then hopefully they'll reply. It is a bit tricky when you're starting out because you don't have any reviews, so they don't really know if you're trustworthy. But if you make sure that your requests are really personalized, they'll see kind of what you're about and they'll check out your profile. It'll say who you are, and really, if you come across good in those things, then they'll say okay. When I first started out Couchsurfing, it actually was a bit different, where you could send as many requests as you wanted. You didn't have to be a verified member. I think it is different now because I did have to make an account that I paid for, only because I was trying to Couchsurf all the time, and with the free account right now, you can only do a limited amount of requests a week. I think it was 10 a week or something like that. It might be different. But yeah, it is kind of worth getting a verified account if you are using it a lot, because it was $70 when I did it. Might have gone up now, but $70 in the long run to have a verified account on Couchsurfing and be able to like stay at places for free instead of paying lots of money for accommodation that I don't even necessarily like is a bonus. On the other hand, if you're watching this and you want to host, it's basically the same thing. You just have to have a really good profile, and you will get a lot of requests because, I don't know, the demand for hosts is higher than the demand for couch surfers, especially if you're in a city that is a destination. With your hosting profile, you'll make sure you fill out all the things about the sleeping arrangements and stuff, and yeah, you should get requests pretty easily. The bonus of being a host, and if you plan on being a host first and then traveling, is that you will gain a lot of reviews, which will really help when you want to travel later. Also, people who host you will probably feel a bit happier that you have also hosted as well, so you kind of have a one-up on everyone else. So basically I've couchsurfed with Lauren, so the two of us together, and I've couchsurfed solo, and every time it's been great. Never felt unsafe, especially when I was solo. I felt pretty comfortable. Everyone I stayed with was really nice. Yeah, I do want to say that I may be lucky because I'm a girl, and it's probably easier to couchsurf as a female than it is a male. It is a bit sexist, but I don't know. Sometimes people don't want dudes coming into their house just as a security thing. It's just this weird preconception. So I do acknowledge that it can be hard for some people, and it may have been kind of easy for me to couchsurf. Yeah, but don't let that stop you, because there's definitely couchsurfs out there that will let guys stay, and yeah, that will maybe let more than 2 people stay. I know it's also harder to find couchsurfs when you are traveling in a group, but there is ways to do it. But yeah, couchsurfing is really freaking awesome. I've had the best experiences. I've stayed with awesome people. They've showed me around cities. Like, maybe my favorite ones have been when I stayed in Norway and we're staying like on a fjord in this cute little house in Rosendal. That was freaking sick. This place I was staying at is so cute. We've stayed multiple times at a few people's houses and actually become friends with quite a lot of the people that we stayed with. As a pro tip, you don't want to be a user. You want to make sure that you're being the best guest that you can be, because these people are letting you stay in their house for free, and you want to let them know that you really appreciate it. So what me and Lauren normally do when we stay at a place is we'll make the meals for them, or even just make one meal that will show them a bit about like our lifestyle, our vegan lifestyle, or just give them like an idea of food from our own country. So when we're in Italy, we made stir fry, and our host didn't even know what stir fry was, and he really enjoyed it. So it's kind of cool bringing a different culture over to someone else, and yeah, you get to hang out and do cool things. I don't really know how to sell it anymore. I'm not trying to sell it, but I feel like couchsurfing is something that not many people talk about on the internet, even though it is probably the best thing that a traveler could do, because you really experience a lot while you're couchsurfing. So if this was helpful, I actually am gonna create, or have already created, a blog post on my blog, inthewonderyears.com, and it'll give you some tips and stuff on, I don't know, the best way to couchsurf, pretty much what's said in this video plus more. And yeah, let me know if there's anything else you want to know about couchsurfing or anything in general for travel. I will be able to make a video for you or help you answer stuff in the comments. Yeah, keep wondering, and I'll see you next time.